Next Sunday marks the 10th anniversary of Macao's return to the motherland. Our reporter are in Macao to get some insights on how the people of Macao live now and how their economy and politics are going these days. From today on, CCTV 9 will bring you a series of programs covering Macao's development over the past 10 years. And now let's cross over live to CCTV 9's studio in the SAR.
From our specially designed studio in Macao, you are watching Macao 10 Years On, CCTV International special program marking the 10th anniversary of Macao's return to China. I'm your host, Tian Wei. December the 20th marks the 10th anniversary of Macao's return to the motherland. In the build-up to the big day, beginning from today, every day we're going to have 2 special rounds of exclusive interviews, on-the-spot reports, as well as news to show you what Macao is like today and how it is moving toward the future. Hopefully, my colleagues and I are hoping you throughout the program going to learn more about Macao. And this is a special administrative region of China. And this just in. The annual charity walk is a yearly event going on in Macao, and this year is no exception. 40,000 people took to the street on Sunday morning in Macao. It brings in about $1.3 million. The annual Macao charity walk has already bring in the $1.3 million. It is already the 26th year, and this year's walk is particularly special because of the 10th anniversary of the SAR. VIPs turned up, including former SAR Chief Executive Edmund Ho Awa. This welfare fund was originally used for emergency aid, but now also targets the poor, students, and the sick, and the process goes to a public welfare fund organized by the Macao Daily Readers Group. Well, as you may know, a visit to Macao would not be complete without a visit to the ruins of the St. Paul Cathedral. Our reporter Mang is exactly standing thereby at the ruins of St. Paul Cathedral. Mang, let me ask you, I'm sure you have learned a lot of history and stories related to the ruins of St. Paul Cathedral. Can you tell us more about that, as well as your feeling covering Macao for the first time?
Well, this is my first time here in the city. I'm really excited to be here to cover the 10th anniversary. You know, Macao is a beautiful, small place. It's actually one of the earliest windows on China to the outside world. So everywhere you go, you see history and a blend of cultures. I'm now standing right before the famous ruins of St. Paul's. They're seen as a living piece of history, displaying cultural exchanges between the East and the West for more than 400 years. It was the largest Catholic church in Asia of its time. However, unfortunately, it was destroyed by a fire during a typhoon in 1835. Now, the remains consist of the southern stone facade and the crypts for the Jesuits who established and maintained the cathedral. Now, as you can see, there are 66 stone steps living up to the facade. Now, in addition to its historical importance, Dai San Bao, which is locally known in the Cantonese dialect, represents cultural diversity. Just 4 years ago, the Historic Center of Macao, which includes the ruins of St. Paul's and other architectures, made to the list of UNESCO's prestigious World Heritage Sites. The Historic Center of Macao is the 31st site for the People's Republic of China. Tian Wei.
Well, Mama, I know many of your colleagues at the reporting team are also coming over here. What are your plans for the reports?
Yes, our week-long series of reports is Macao 10 Years On. I don't want to give too much away, but each day we'll visit different sectors. For example, economy, culture, Macao's ties to the mainland, and also tourism. We'll see how they're doing under one country, 2 systems. And much of this will be through the eyes of the people in Macao. Some of them even spoke with our reporters 10 years ago. We'll also be reporting on the spot from different places. You know, the SAR is a small place, but it has a vibrant and diverse community. Back to you, Tian Wei.
That's our reporter Wang Mang. Certainly, diversity is the word to describe the Macao SAR. Well, 10 years ago, also at the ruins of St. Paul Cathedral, a little young girl, 9 years old, she sang a special song and that made her well known all over China overnight. She sang that song to celebrate Macao's return to China. And 10 years later, this young little girl has already become a beautiful young lady. And she is still busy singing that special song around Macao, especially on the eve of the 10th anniversary of Macao's return to China. Our reporter Xu Zhaoquan caught up with her in one of those performances.
Do you know that Macao is not my true name? What a long time since I was separated from my mother. 10 years ago, Yongwan Lam's rendition of 七子之歌 was so popular that almost everyone could hum it. But Yong told us she wasn't chosen for her singing technique, but rather her Macao accent.
I had never been trained to sing and wasn't even able to speak standard Chinese, but those who sang much better than I did were all rejected. The directors of the gala were so sure that this was the real Macao flavor and people would like it.
10 years ago, Yong's voice was tender and innocent, but she wasn't really singing alone. She had a powerful backup, which became a support for all of Macao. Over the past decade, Macao and its people have achieved significant development. Macao has emerged from more than one economic downturn to now have the highest economic growth in Asia. Society is also stable and peaceful. Yong appreciates these two advantages. That's why she always says yes to public benefit performances like this.
I know I am drawing public attention, but I like a peaceful life. I'm studying business administration. I don't intend to become a star.
Yong's mother always goes along to keep an eye on her. This allows the girl to concentrate all her attention on her work. She gets along well with the rest of the cast and crew.
From the time I chose her, I've been witnessing her growth along with the growth of Macao.
When I sang the song 10 years ago, I didn't understand what it meant, but now it's different. The song has taught me many things and let me know how to treasure the happy life today.
10 years ago, Yong became famous for her impressive performance at the celebration. Since that time, her standard Chinese has noticeably improved, though the Macao accent still remains. But she says even more important is that the song has helped her become more mature than others of the same age. She says she better understand the ties of affection and the close connection between Macao and her motherland. Xu Zhaoquan, CCTV, Macao.
It's always amazing to see how life changes during a period of 10 years. Some of the members of the reporting team were here 10 years ago to cover Macao's return to China. 10 years later, we're coming back again, and some of them even managed to meet some of their old friends met 10 years ago, such as our reporter Han Bin, who met two of his acquaintances, one a Portuguese restaurant owner, the other an activist in a neighborhood association here in Macao. Let's take a look.
Getting ready for the Macao SAR's 10th birthday.
And with that report, we come to the end of this round of a special report directly filed for you from Macao. I'm Tian Wei from our studio here. We're going to bring you once again in a few hours another round of special report from Macao. And tomorrow, we're going to bring a series of reports talking about the economic situation here in Macao right after the financial crisis. From me, Tian Wei, here in Macao, back to you, Yang Yan, in Beijing.
Thanks, Tian Wei.